Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Jo and this is Joey Sewy, my channel where I talk about sewing, knitting, creativity and life. Today we're going to continue the saga of my Jenny overall sewing experience. About a week ago I uploaded a video which was all about my experience making a toile with Jenny overalls, and specifically asking you wise people out there what should I do with the toile that I'd made, because I thought the fit was just brilliant, and you guys agreed, thank you. But the fabric was causing me major problems and I didn't know what length to hem them at. I'm going to insert a little bit of video here of me in the original overalls in case you didn't see that one, or in case you have a memory which is as bad as mine. So yeah, I really liked the fabric. It was a brushed cotton, but I felt like the colour was a little bit too light for me to carry off at this time of year, and I didn't really know whether I should be going for well, basically the length I thought I'd cut was the cropped length, but it turns out these come out really long, even though I'd already tried to accommodate for that. And I didn't know whether to go for like pedal pusher length just below the knee, or whether to go for something more like the crop length that was on the packet, but that length for me felt a bit strange. And that's what I was asking for your help with. And oh my goodness, did you give me some help. I know that everybody out there is amazing, but just having it proved to me was brilliant. So thank you very much for all the wise advice. There wasn't 100% of a consensus, but there was a direction of travel, shall we say. So there were very few people who thought I should dye the overalls green, because as I had realised after I'd filmed the video, the green was probably going to push it even further towards the children's TV presenter thing that I was afraid of. By the way, I'd love to be a children's TV presenter, but I don't want to look like a children's TV presenter. Yeah, it's never going to happen, it's just a dream. But yeah, I don't have anything against that, but it's not a fashion choice I'm going for. So yeah, the green dye, almost before I'd finished filming the video, I had come around to thinking that the green dye was not the best plan. So that meant that the grey dye looked like it was going to be the best plan. So that's where I went, okay? Actually, a lot of you did say, what about leaving it lighter and thinking of it as a winter garment? And you know what, on reflection, as you will see in a minute, I've gone too far and I can't do that now, but on reflection, that probably was good advice, because I think overall one of the things I was struggling with that I didn't realise was that this is winter weight fabric, and it's really hot outside at the moment, and it's only it was the end of June when I was making them. It's the 2nd of July today. So, you know, for the next couple of months, hopefully, these are going to be unwearable because they're not going to be the right weight of garment. So that might have been psychologically something that I was feeling uncomfortable about, but I hadn't quite realised. Anyway, I dyed them. It went wrong. Cut to the chase. Yeah, look at that. Here is a demonstration of what can go wrong when you dye a garment. Yeah, I wasn't going for a tie-dye effect. I achieved a tie-dye effect. I was really annoyed when I got these out of the washing machine. Yeah, so how did it happen? Well, I think it was partly laziness on my part, because I did let them sit in the machine for a little bit after I dyed them. I can't remember why now. And also after, so when you're machine washing, if you don't know, you wet them. So they were washed, so I washed them. Then then you dye them, so then there's another washing cycle of dyeing them, and then immediately you wash the garment again. So it's been in the machine for 3 cycles. You can take it out and shake it in between times, and I did, promise. I did. But it's been in this machine for 3 cycles before it comes out, and then you dry it in whatever manner you mean to dry it in the future. So line drying, or tumble drying, or inside drying, whatever it is you normally do, that's how you should treat it at that point. And between each step, it got left, and I think at some point that is how this lovely thing has occurred. Yeah. So, okay, I thought, after that disaster, I'll go full black. Yep, so off I went down to my local hardware store and did the thing I said I wasn't going to do, which was buy more dye, and I bought more dye. So I got black, and I'd already weighed these because I wanted an approximation of how black they would go with my original half packet. So I knew that 1 packet of black dye was enough to do proper true black on these according to the instructions. But then I thought, just before I do that, I'll try them on. Yeah. Then it went more wrong. It went more wrong because who didn't pre-wash their fabric? So what happened to them? They shrank. I'm so gutted. Well, I am and I'm not. Yeah, so they shrunk. You want to see them shrunk, don't you? All right, hang on. Okay, they're on. Let's go back. So here we go. I can still get them on. They haven't shrunk that much. But basically what's happened is they've gone from, ooh, they fit nice and snugly to your body, they look really good, to you've eaten quite a few pies since you made those, haven't you? And the worst place is around the back here. And I'm not, do you know what, I don't know how much it's showing up on camera, but in real life, so you get a really, really attractive panty line. So it's basically clinging to everything in an unfortunate way. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, lost a couple of centimetres in the washing, and it's, yeah. The bib also shrank. The bib seemed to have shrunk a lot, because I'm sure this came right up to about there originally, and now it's down there, which it's not really where I want it to be. So yeah, I can still get them on, but they cling in all the wrong places. That's how I'd define it. They cling in all the wrong places now, and so I have learnt a lesson I already knew, which is you should pre-wash your fabric. The reason why this wasn't pre-washed is because it was I think I said in the other video, it was an offcut that I got from someone else, so it already came in a load of odd shapes, and so psychologically I hadn't thought about it being new fabric. But it was, and so it shrank when it was first washed, and now these are too small, and that's the end of that. But it's not the end of my Jenny overall story. So I have cut out, or I'm in the process of cutting out, let's pan over. So normally I film these and I make sure everything behind me looks nice and neat, which is why you get mostly covered. So let's pan over to where the actual action happens, where my room actually looks like a mess. So that is the fabric, and is me partway through cutting out some new Jenny overalls. Okay, so they're going, and these ones I have pre-washed the fabric, and they are much drapier, so it's different sort of fabric. I don't actually know what it is because it didn't have a composition on it. So it's a twill weave, which means it's got that diagonal line to it. It's got slubs in it too, which are like those bits of imperfection. Ooh, camera's going weird. It's much lighter, it's much drapier, it's slightly kind of, this is looking quite pink on camera, and in real life I would say it's more of a coral red. Yeah, it's sort of a coral red, definitely not red, definitely not pink, somewhere between the two with a bit of coral in it. So that is going to be my actual pair of Jenny overalls, and this was the fabric that I was always intending to be my first wearable pair, but when this toile in its first iteration, when it turned out so beautifully, I thought, oh, result, I'm going to get 2 pairs out of this sewing experience, but apparently I'm not. So that's how far I've got. I am sure that you will get to see the finished overalls sometime in the future. In fact, I know you will. It'll probably be in my What Have I Been Sewing in July video, if not before. I have decided to make my life even more complicated by drafting a different shaped top and back. So I'm going to keep the trousers exactly as is because they were a winner in terms of fit, as we all know, as I have said. Did I tell you the trousers fit very well? But I do feel like one of the things that I was worried about, the dungarees, the children's TV presenter, was partly coming from this front, and partly just because I clearly have a lot of hang-ups about this stuff. So to deal with those two issues, I am thinking that I'm going to try drafting a slightly differently shaped front bib and see if that helps. So the Odyssey continues. Please come along for the ride. It's tremendous fun, isn't it? If you'd like to see the original video, I'll put a link to it up here. If you'd like to see anything else I've been sewing or putting on my channel, there'll be another link down here. If you haven't already subscribed and you've got this far in a video, you must like something, so why not click subscribe here, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks very much. Bye bye.